Well, g'day tubes, how's she hanging today? So, nice slobbily, cold, wet, yucky day out here again. Oh well, can't do much about her, but anyways, I guess today we're another day on to the whatchamacallits for years for me. So yeah, there's another one slatted on, so, but I can't remember now how many there is all bunched up together now, but there's quite a few. But anyways, we're gonna fire the truck up here, do a cold start, and see if we maybe solved our issue with stalling and grunting and snorting in the morning. All right. Idled down, it seemed to do it. Something tells me that we might have cured it. It was really bad too when I put it in gear. Oh, bump. Well, seems all right, you know. Yep. I would say we have cured our little issue. So there you go, there's that issue right there with a little bit extra air getting in that's not supposed to be getting in where it's getting in there, and that's all she was. I guess just that gasket that was a little bit sort of cockeyed when I stuffed her back in there before, and it seems okay now, so that's good. I'm glad to see that, but now we got to figure out this fuel tank problem thing here too, and the that vapor sensory dewy thing there. We got to figure that out, and it's all mounted into the very top of like the fuel pump assembly and stuff, which goes into the tank. Lovely. So we'll have to you can get just that sensor, but I mean really, if you're gonna tear that tank right down right off, you might as well put the whole entire assembly and fuel, everything, you know, because there's a lot of little things on those fuel things that mess up too. And so far mine's been good, but I watched a video there yesterday of a guy that replaced one in a 2001 Silverado, basically exact same thing. And on the, I won't be able to, I'm gonna maybe pick one up today, because they're not really that expensive, surprisingly. For my car though, yeah, expensive, but for this truck, like 40 bucks. Really? But anyways, there's a couple little things on there that sort of hard to explain, but there's a little rib of different metal contacts, and there's these little fingers, so when your fuel level goes up and down, it rubs on these contacts and it sends a signal to tell you how much fuel you got. And apparently those little fingers can come off and get wrecked and stuff, you know, after so long, I guess. And then you'll have like no fuel thingies in your dewies, right? So so, you know, like I say, mine hasn't done that yet, but yeah, so while you're in there, you might as well just tear it all apart, redo her the right way, you know, and fighting the stupid lines off, and I hate those lines. I seen how the guy did it yesterday, but he is also working on something that looked brand new, although it was a 2001, but it's probably driven like California, where they have no rust or no corrosion or no, well, there's plastic lines and fittings, but they're full of dirt and crud and stuff, and then you can't squeeze those things together to get the thing off, right? So it ends up being a frickin' nuisance. So, but we'll maybe pop over to the auto parts place there and see if they've got one in stock. They're usually pretty good, but sometimes they'll have to order it for you. But yeah, so anyways, truck's still running good, so I'm happy. That's good, that's solved. But yeah, so anyways, I'll see what we can get over here at the auto parts store. And of course, you know, won't be doing that right away, because I got almost a full tank of gas here, and I pretty much want to have her sucked right dry while, you know, so there's no weight while you're trying to take that, drop that tank down, because the less weight in there, the more better she is. But another reason I want to kind of do the the whole fuel pump is to get all that out and clean everything out and make sure it looks good and have a look inside the tank and maybe have to clean some cruddy stuff out of that too. So that is the plan. Alrighty, we grabbed a fuel pump and haven't even really opened her up yet except just the top flap there, but made in China, engineered and tested in Canada. Yay! So let's have a look. You see at this. Look at that nice packaging stuff. Holy! That was so expensive. But anyways, in here should be the new wire harness. So they changed these apparently because they had issues with the stock OEM ones. They didn't have a big enough spadey terminally thing in them, I guess, and then they found out that they were giving them issues, so they put the new bigger spades in there. You can see the bigger spades, right? And this is the thing here that's actually going screwy with the giving me the code right now is that feller. So it fits down inside of here. You can see her there, and that senses your pressure in your tank and stuff and tells it to open up the whatchamacallem Dewey things that open it up to suck the vapors out and put it into that charcoal canister and filter out and then stuff her back into the engine again. So that is the Dewey. And if we have a look here, see if I can get you in really close. This is your fuel level sensing Dewey here, right? So if you see here real close, those finger things there will fall off and screw up your level thing, and you'll have no level. So basically they get wore out with the fuel up and down all the time, right? So you can see there, you almost hear it too, rubbing on those things there, right? So it sends a signal to tell you how much fuel is in your tank. That's kind of cool. And we got to attach the float, but I won't do that until I'm actually ready to do it. And there's your like pre-filter thing there. It gets sucked through there, so that'll be probably all brown and gooey and dirty in the truck now with the old one. They seem to go pretty nasty, and usually this white base here has turned kind of yellowy colored and stuff and pretty looking. So, but and inside of there, of course, is your pump too, right? So it pumps her through and then sucks her up, fires it up this hose out this one here, and these things have those special clips that I'll have to take off the other one. So it's pretty cool how they work. They are good, but they are a real pain. But anyways, this wasn't as cheap as I thought it was going to be. Pardon me, I seen them on eBay and online and stuff for like 70 bucks, but I did get a good price on it because I have connections, you know. But I'll show you the receipt here and show you what the say the garage would charge you for this. Alright, so just looking at this little cord they give you here, if we have to change this we probably will, but it's hard to say. Like I'm pretty sure this has never been done on this truck, so it's probably still the original little small connector Dewey. But anyways, you got two big fatty wires and two small skinny wires. The big fatty wires are, of course, you know, for the pump, because the pump's going to draw a lot more amperage and stuff for running the pump. And so you're going to need bigger fatty wires for that, and then these smaller wires are for the float level sensing thingy Dewey on this feller here on the pump itself. So that's pretty straightforward. One of each, like, you know, one will be power, one will be ground, one will be power, one will be ground, right? So that's pretty straightforward. That is. We're just going to look in here. Ah. This doesn't look like my language. So, Oh, pardon me. Should have got one of those too, I guess, while I was there too, but I never even thought of that. Fuel filter in tank complete replacement for models replacement for GM vehicles. Oh, fuel pressure relief. Yes, you do have to relieve pressure. Now I seen a way to do it yesterday, but this guy also had what he called residual pressure left over. So, but basically what he did was pulled the fuse out of the Dewey there for the fuel pump. So basically you start your truck and let it run until it stalls, because then it's supposed to bleed all that pressure out of the lines. But he pulled the one line off the one Dewey there, and a bunch come out again. So it's like, oh, I don't know if that worked well. But what's it say here? Remove the fuel cap from the fuel tank to relieve tank pressure. Remove the fuel pump fuse from the fuse block. Yeah. Start the engine run until the fuel lines is consumed. Gauge the starter to relieve any remaining pressure. That makes sense too. Place the ignition in off position and replace the fuse. Disable the vehicle's electrical system by disconnecting the negative battery cable. That's a good idea. That's a good idea too. And tank removal is really not too fun, but I really want to make sure I got her pretty much empty, because I'll be doing this all by myself. So, but it looks like they give you some, I don't even know what the frick those are. Cheesy little crimpy on Dewey things or something, but I'll probably do the proper solder, and then I got a whole whack of this shrinky tube stuff too, so I can put like a nice long piece on and make her good and covered, eh? In one of my drawers here, I do have a whack of that stuff. Next drawer maybe. Yeah, I got a whole wacky of it here, right? So some of that stuff there will work good. It's like licorice. So yeah, but I don't know 100% when we'll be getting that. It'll probably be like, you know, minus 50 outside and about 400 feet of snow. So, but we'll have to get the tank emptied out first. But this weekend we're probably going to be doing a few miles on the truck and stuff. We got my buddy Landy coming up there to help tomorrow doing some funerals and stuff. And we're going to do some other stuff probably too, do some driving and stuff. So, but anyways, looks like a little bit more better plug. Interesting to see if it has been changed or not, because all the new ones come with that, and all the old ones I don't have a picture of it, but it's more like a square one kind of thing, and it just, I don't know, I guess there was an issue with them or something. Alrighty, so there is the price. Say the garage would charge you for that, just for the parts. Never mind putting it in, they'd probably charge you, well, all depends on their shop rate, but it would probably be about a 4-hour job, 5-hour job, I don't know. But at say like $100 an hour, there's another $500 on top of that. So that's shop price. This is what I got for. Ooh, a little more better, eh? But that's still a lot more than I thought it was going to be. So, but oh well, that's all right. We need her. So yeah, you got to have no engine codes on your vehicle now when you have it emissions tested in Ontario here in this area. I think they automatically fail it if they I think they do put the scanner on and scan it and see if there was any codes, or there's any codes pending, or if the light's on it'll automatically fail apparently. So it's like, oh wow, that's nice. So. And the way they've changed the emission things is a lot different now than apparently the way it was. Before they put it on like the dyno and run your car up to like 80 kilometers an hour, let it run for like 5 minutes like that, right? And then test the things that's coming out the pipe. But now they just apparently sit it there at idle and just, you know, let it sniff it that way, I guess, and they can tell more or less what's going on there by that. So plus now they also, I guess, test your computer and stuff and inside the codes, and if they find anything like that, right? So a little bit more stickler, but they sure have changed her a lot. But anyway, so that's the way that she's working now. So you got to make sure everything's good to go, I guess. So, but hopefully this will solve that problem, and seems like we solved the other problem too, which is good too. So makes me a little more happier now. So it started up and ran just perfect this morning. So none of that hesitating or stalling or snorting and farting and tooting or whatever, you know, and the way she went. So. But yeah, anyways, got some stuff to do outside, and then it's kind of rainy and crappy, but I kind of wanted to see if I could get the forklift on the tractor Dewey there and maybe pick up some of the stuff from yesterday there and get rid of her or something. But I don't know if that's going to work, or if I maybe should be back down there with the tractor and the thumb attachment on, just kind of and grab it and drive out, because Forklift will probably work not bad, but if it, you know, gets snagged on any one of the other trees in there, it'll just rip it right off again, so it's going to be kind of a nuisance. But whereas the fork, I can grab it and then maneuver it around if I have to move it around a tree or something, right? But don't have that on right now, so I might not be getting to that today either too. So but anyways, other than that, I don't really think I got much else planned. I was going to pop down that other hunk of tree there too, but I think I'll leave that for another day too. It's rainy, crappy, wet and junky out there, and I don't really want to you know, be slipping and sliding and tripping and falling on stuff when it's all like that out there. So we'll have to figure that out another day. But I do have to do a couple of cremation holes and a full-size burial for tomorrow. So I'll maybe go back, work on that for a while, and then maybe through that little bit of time we'll figure out something else we can do today, and maybe we'll do that. So, but anyways, I'll talk to you in a bit. Well, I guess that's probably going to be it for today. I went out and did some forking there, but the rain was coming down and crappy and stuff, so I just can't film that. But as we're walking up there, I'll take you and show you. Actually worked pretty good with that sweet forklift attachment we made up there. Worked really good. We only had to get off the tractor once, throw a couple of miscellaneous branches on, and away she went. So I took the big top part and threw it over into the bush back here, but the other stuff I kind of left sort of there off to the side. I'm going to probably get in there with my thumb and one big crunch, you know, and then get rid of them all at once. So yeah, she worked good, you know. Go down there and put the fork in and then just tilt them back up like this, and then they can't go past the fork, and pull them out, and worked actually pretty good. That's a really handy attachment, I'll tell you that one. But anyways, I think I'm going to head her home. It's crappy. I got my 2 cremations done, but I'll dig the big one there tomorrow morning first thing, I guess. And it's still rainy and crappy and getting colder out too, so probably be snowing later, no doubt, but we'll see what happens. But anyways, I'll head her home. So yeah, we didn't make out too bad. I threw a bucket of dirt here from when I was digging the cremations. Just, you know, I'm going to have to build that up eventually anyways. But yeah, we got rid of all the bigger stuff, and a lot of little stuff still hanging around, but that's okay. The rain and wind will take care of that, I'm sure. And we'll have to get the rest of this feller down one of these days. Well, that is quite an angle, when you look at her that way. That's a long way over. So what I'll probably do again is lasso the rope around the top there, and then maybe pull her that way, or I don't really know yet. I might even borrow one of these trees and lasso it around the trees. I know I should use one of those snatch blocks, but I ain't got one big enough for that 3/4 line, right? So won't take very much to pull, I don't think. So basically I'll get a rope up there, go around maybe that feller there, and then up to where we were the other day there pulling, and get a bit of tension on her, and then start maybe a little cut on the front, maybe a little notch cut, and then from the back, and that should yank her over. And I'll get her close, I guess, and I'll get her close and be able to pull it, and then hopefully rest over without it, you know, kind of, whoa, because as soon as it starts to go that way, the rope's going to go loose, and then it's going to kind of go anywhere. So we'll have to need a nice better little remote control on my tractor. Okay, forward. Well, I do, but I, you know, can't grab the thing from there. I got the creep to reposition, they call it. But anyways, yeah, I don't know when this will be coming out, but we'll get her soon here, probably next week now. But anyways, frick this, I'm heading home. It's cold out here today too. Cold, crappy, cold, crappy. So yeah, I just forked all this stuff and then threw it into the howls here, and then I'll be able to back up and then just a big load and then out and gone with it. We'll get rid of her. I'm not going to bother chipping that stuff, because that stuff, cedar's really tricky to chip, because it's really springy and bouncy stuff, and most likely it ends up it'll end up bunging up my chipper and stuff. So I'll just scrap that stuff, get rid of it. But yeah, anyways, we're gonna head her home. But anyways, thanks again to everybody for the Facebook happy birthday wishes and stuff. I can't remember how many there was this morning. I think there was actually 29 this morning when I looked, and I haven't really looked since. But I'll go check in a bit here and see. And yeah, so anyways, dark, here we go. Have a good night. Farm sim Saturday tomorrow. She's a pretty good one, and I think that's probably going to be the last time we'll play on that map, but we might revisit it again, who knows. But anyways, we'll talk at you later. Have a good night, and talk to you, I guess, next week.